Hello guys, today I'm gonna cover one topic here called the numpy. Yeah, that's the library of a Python library, just like the files here. So, so today I'm gonna teach one of the files in the Python here. It's, it's like it's used for the data science and it stands for numerical Python, just like the arrays, but it's faster. It's faster than this. Yeah. So it's like the uh data types, but it is included in the file here. So and this topic is it has a bunch of areas we need to talk. Yeah. So I will. So it is the big topic here. And, and one more thing, you need to install this file. You need to install this Python library because your software, your PyCharm or Visual Studio or something else, it doesn't help you to install this Python when you start to install those software. So here's the command if you use the CMD. Yeah, just pip install numpy. Yeah, so okay, here let's get started. Yeah, let me tell you how to call this Python this file here. You need to use the keyword from not from in, import numpy. So that's it. So this Python library will be called to your program here. And if I create a array called ARR and use the numpy array, this is the built-in function, or you can call the method. Prints the array. So you print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is really similar to this at the beginning, but it's faster than the list and it has a lot of functions over the list, so it's really useful. Yeah, I really recommend you guys to learn this numpy, this numerical Python. Or you could use as just like the np, the name I created here. So you can use just the np two words to instead of these 5 words here, or you could just use the n. So you don't need to type the whole name on each course if you need. np, you could use the round brackets and type some data, or you could use the list brackets here. It's up for you. It's up to you here. So the outcome is the same. Yeah, and call it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you could construct a higher dimensional array. The np array 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. So you need to construct two brackets. The first bracket is the outer bracket, and inside the outer bracket there are two brackets separate with the comma here, so you can see here. And if you call it, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Or you could construct 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional, or so on. And what is the zero dimension? There's something called the zero dimensional array. NP dot array. Just like 30. This is the zero dimensional. Yeah. And is the 1-dimensional, and here's 2-dimensional. Just one. Here's 1-dimensional. 2. 0. 0-dimensional. Yeah. Or you could call 4-dimensional. 1, 2, 3. Or 3-dimensional, I mean 3. Or if you want to call 4-dimensional, just 4 brackets. And 3 outer brackets and 1 and the 4 brackets you could start to type the data. So 4, 5, 6 or x. So here's 4-dimensional, but if you really hard to see, if really hard to determine is it the 4-dimensional or not, you could use a method called number dimensional. 4-dimensional. Means so the n is stand for the number, numerical, I mean. DIM is the dimensional, so this variable is 4-dimensional. Yeah, because I've used 4 brackets, three outer brackets, and the fourth one, I start to type the code here. So it's 4-dimensional. Yeah, and you could use the data type to check is integer and 64 bits. The 64 means the bits, bits. Is integer here. Is and is similar to this. You could use vary of the data types, and you could mix the data types. I mean, the first one is false. The second one is the string. The third one is the integer, and the fourth one you could use the complex number 0, 4, or 1, 4, and you use the floating numbers. Yeah. It's for string 10 and complex number and floating number. It shows you the data types. Yeah, the U is stand for the unsigned, I think. Okay, so if I call it here, is the data type means data type. And you could use the print if you want to know the number dimensional. So NDIN. If you want to know the shape is hold on, let me check. Oh, I see. It's NDIM. No, MIN. Number dimension. Okay. So you can see here. The first one is integers, 64 bits. And the second one is the number dimension is four dimensional. And the third one is talking about the shape, just like the matrix. Is you can treat this thing like the matrix, if you know the matrix here. So here's the 1, 1, 2, 4, or 2, 2, 3. The first one, 1, here, the very outer brackets. And the second one is the second outer bracket. And the third one, why is here 2? Because in the third one, I use 2 brackets. It's the inner brackets, so 2 elements. And inside the 2, there are 3 numbers each. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So that's why here's 1, 1, 2, 3. If you hard to understand, I can show you a simple example here. Array. Use a triple here. Okay. Prints. AR shape. So it's 1, 1. One by one matrix. Yeah, only 1 by 1 matrix. Yeah. Here's the zero matrix. Zero matrix. But actually, it's not zero matrix. I mean, it's zero dimensional. Zero dimensional. But here it's like a zero matrix. Similar. Similar concept. Okay, let's see. Now I'm gonna teach you how to slicing the elements. Yeah. MP dot. Yeah, 10 elements here. If I want to search from 3 to 8, so let's see. If you know the list or tuple or dictionary or sets, it is similar concept on this numerical Python. Because here's the second index. So start from 2, 8 here. So here's 9, 8, 7. So 8, 2 to 8. Here's the beginning. It's the beginning index, and it's the ending index. But this index, this number is exclusive here. It's inclusive. So the first one here we name is the zero index, and it's the first index, second index, fourth, and the third index, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. The eighth index here is 9, but the eighth this number is exclusive, so we exclude this 9. Only n at 8 here, start from 2 n at 8. Or you could call 0. Here's 0 index here, so 1. Yeah. You can't use the round brackets. Because if you want to slice the elements, you need to use the list. And I mean you need to use the brackets, not the round brackets. The round brackets and the brackets is only could be used for constructing to creating the array, but not for the slicing the elements here. So you need to use the brackets only the brackets. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. It's not callable. you could call from there. You could call the whole bunch of the numbers here. 1 to 10, 1 to 0 is same as a of 0 to the 10, because the 0 is located on the ninth index here. So the 10 is exclusive. It only copies from the 0 to the 9, the index. So if the array is two-dimensional or high dimensional, how do we slice the elements? I can show you now here. So 1, 2, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here you can see, let's check the number dimensional. It's two-dimensional. And shape, let's see the shape. Yeah. It's 2 by 3 matrix. 2 by 3 array. Yeah. I always call it matrix, but it's really similar to matrix concept here, because the first one here have 2 elements, and inside each one bracket there are 3 elements, so 2 by 3 matrix. Yeah. So if I want to call 1 and 4, just like 1 and 4, so how do we call that? Use the brackets, because we are going to slice the elements. So we need to use the brackets here. So here the first one. Here's the 1 and the 4. They are located on the 0 index. Here's 0, 1, 2, and here's the another 0 matrix and the 0 index and 1. For 0, yeah, no, not here. 0, comma, inside the 0. No, not 0. 0 colon 1, not 1, 2, and here's 0. The first one here is like this this one, the 2, because there are 2 elements. The first one and the second one. The first one, here's the 0 index, and the second one, I mean the whole round brackets here. It's the first index. So that's why if I want to call these 2 elements, I need to use the 0 colon 2, or you could just use the colon. It means the whole elements. And inside the whole elements, I want to call the 0 index on each element here. So 1 and 4. So if I call it, so 1, 4. If I only want to call 1, only 1 here, how do we call that? So only call the 0 index here, and inside the 0 index, I want to call the 0 index. So here, because of the 2 by 3 matrix, so here's like the 2 by 3, and here's the 2 inside 2 is the 0 index, so 0 index, so 0 index inside the first elements here. The 1 is located on the 0 here, so it prints this 1 here. If it's same idea on higher dimensional. If here's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, this is just higher dimensional. You need to use the comma, the loss of comma, to represent each each area here. So to slice the elements here. So if you use column, comma, and column, which means the column here, the first one, the second one elements will be called, and inside each elements, the The whole numbers will be called here. Just every numbers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yes. And the next, yeah. Hold on. How to reshape the array. The first of all, I have show you how to shape, how to know how to use the shape. Yeah. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So if you use the shape this method, is one dimensional. Yeah, one dimensional. There's only one brackets here, so it's one dimensional. So it's one. The one dimensional here are 8 elements, 8 numbers. So that's why it's 8 common and nothing. If I want to reshape, reshape. You could reshape like let me see. 2 by 4 matrix. So here are 2 elements, 2 elements, 2 elements. And inside each element, there are 4 numbers here inside. So 2 by 4 matrix. Yeah. If you treat this as a matrix, it's really easy to memorize to operate this array here. So 2 by 4. If you use the 3 by 4, it doesn't work because the computer, the Python, the interpreter don't know how to reshape. It cannot reshape array of size 8 into shape 3 by 4. Yeah. But you could use 4 by 2. Just for example, you could use any shape you like, but as long as it's reasonable. Yeah. If you don't know how to reshape, just for example, I mean, if the first one you know, I want to reshape 4 elements, but the second one I don't know how to calculate. So you could use the -1. The Python, the interpreter will help you to reshape because the first one is 4. So here 4. If you don't know inside each elements how many numbers inside the brackets, you could type -1. The Python will help you reshape, but you could only use only one -1. You can't use double because the computer don't know what type of the shape you want. You could only use one -1. If here's 3, you see, does it work here? Let me see. Oh, it doesn't work because it is impossible to reshape. The size is 8 of the array here. So if here's 8, so 8 elements inside 8 element, there are one numbers inside. Yeah, inside the each here. So if you don't know how to calculate, if the array is really large, it's extremely large, and you have no time, and if you don't want to waste the time to think about it, you could use the -1 to instead of the actual number, and the Python will help you to calculate. But only one -1 you could use. Some of you may think they could use the -1 to the front. And inside the front is for -4. Yeah, is work here. Because you mention, you state the second, second is the 4. So the Python will help you to calculate. Really useful. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot one more thing about the slicing. You could use a negative index. Yeah. So just like negative 1. Hold on. I should. Cool. Oh, I see. It's not permanent here. If you call the ARR again, yeah, it goes back. It goes here, one dimensional here, not the 2 by 4 matrix here. So which means here is just is temporary here. Okay, if you slice the array in negative index here. So let me see, negative 1. Hold on, negative 4. Okay. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Negative 4 to negative 1. Yeah, because here, if you use the negative index here, here's the negative 1 index. Here's a negative 2. Here's negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 8, negative 7, negative 8 here. So if you want to call negative 4, here's the 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the negative 4. Start from negative 4 and negative 1, but the negative 1 is being excluded here. So the 9 won't be print here. So it's a negative 4, negative 4 to negative 1. For the last element, the last number is exclusive. Yeah, so that's why it only prints the 3 elements here. So, yeah. Yeah, it is in that negative index. If you want to use negative index, is optional here. You will use the positive index or negative index, but don't mix up. Don't mix up. It doesn't work, and it's really crazy. Okay. If you want to use step by step, I mean skip one step here. If you want to call 1, 3. Okay. I missed the 5. If you want to call, if you want to, yeah, if you want to call the odd number, start from 1, because 1 is located on the 0 index, and goes to 9. 9 is, yeah, 9 is A index. Go to 9. So 1 to 9, but you just print the whole numbers, not only for the odd numbers. So you need to use 2. Sorry, not 2. 1. Yeah. It should be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Because you 2 steps here. 1 is located on the 0 index, here. 1 and 2 steps. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2 steps, and 5, 2 steps, 7, 2 steps, 7 to 9, 2 steps here, which means you just plus the 2. Yeah, the third one here, it means the steps you want to use. If you don't mention the steps, it's 1 by default. It's reasonable because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 1 step, 1 step. So you print the whole elements here. and it's same as uh same as this. Yeah. If you want to use the step, so here's the structure of using the step here. Yes. And here's the first part of the numerical Python. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Yeah.